Good evening, my name is Corey. Tonight we're shooting the Wizard Nebula and you're watching Astronormy. So while the rig is trying to focus, let's just go over some basic facts about the Wizard Nebula. It's about 8,500 light years away from our solar system and is about 20 light years across. So it's a pretty good size. It is, of course, a classic nebula, so it's full of all kinds of gas, mainly hydrogen, of course. So since it's a nebula, we'll be shooting with my Optolong L-Enhance dual band filter, which mainly filters out everything but hydrogen and oxygen. Hopefully one of these days I'll get a more improved filter, but the budget can only afford so much. And the L-Enhance is expensive enough as it is. So we're going to be spending hopefully a few hours on the target, give or take. I've had some tracking issues that have been coming and going with the rig. I've lost a whole night to tracking a couple nights ago. Last night went okay. Tonight has been hit or miss. We started out the evening with clouds and the rig stayed on target in and out the clouds, so I was able to get a few shots on another project before we moved over to the Wizard Nebula, and hopefully we'll move on past the Wizard Nebula and get something else too. But the clouds really messed with me early on, but to say all that to say, it stayed on target, and when the stars reappeared, it was able to regain tracking or re-establish tracking and kept going. And so for all the shots I was able to keep, everything stayed where it was supposed to be in the frame. So hopefully we'll continue that with the Wizard Nebula right now. Like I said, I've been having some tracking issues and I haven't been able to get it nailed down. Originally I thought it was balance issues, but the rig balances perfectly, so I'm not exactly sure what's happening and why it's intermittent, but that's neither here nor there. We'll get it figured out eventually. So why don't we get started on the Wizard Nebula. So really quick before we get to the pictures, tonight we're shooting with a Skywatcher Evolux 82 ED as the main scope. The camera is a Canon 80D with an electronic focuser by ZWO. We have a guide scope that's also by ZWO, and the guide camera also by ZWO, and the guide scope is a Williams Optics scope that I bought to go with my Zenithstar 61. So same setup I've had for the last couple pictures. Alright, so that's where we stand, and let's get to the picture.